House of the Dragon is set to drop later this month, and the excitement between fans of the original show, Game of Thrones, is palpable. One of the things the original was known for was the amount of death and nudity in its scenes, with some claiming there might have been a little too much of both. Today, we are discussing one prominent House of the Dragon actor questioning the amount of sex scenes in the show. Let's jump straight in then. What's going on? Former Doctor Who actor Matt Smith plays Daemon Targaryen on the upcoming Game of Thrones spin-off, with the show set to detail the Targaryen Civil War, which took place about 200 years before the events of the original series. Of course, the spin-off will be a Game of Thrones prequel, so many of the themes are going to be similar, which of course means plenty of steamy adult-only scenes. However, the actor, who also played Prince Philip on the hit Netflix drama The Crown, has recently revealed how he found himself questioning the sheer amount of sex scenes in the upcoming show. Set to play the younger brother of Paddy Considine's Viserys I Targaryen, Smith also confirmed his character will see plenty of action. He said, "You find yourself asking, do we need another sex scene?" And they're like, "Yeah, we do." Smith then went on to explain how he began to question if the show's creators were actually trying to represent the books or satisfy the time we are living in as an audience, before saying, "And I actually think it's your job to represent the books truthfully and honestly as they were written." The Morbius actor went on to suggest his character gets slightly too much in the bedroom department, but whatever happens, we're sure the spin-off will be a huge hit. Smith will appear alongside some heavy hitters, such as the aforementioned Considine, as well as Rhys Ifans and Olivia Cook. Will you guys be tuning in? Next up, Smith has warned his character might not be particularly well liked with fans. Stay tuned. As we move closer to the premiere of House of the Dragon, Smith has revealed how his character might be perceived with fans, and it's not particularly great. He admitted that Daemon Targaryen is a character that is going to ruffle the feathers of viewers, explaining that Daemon is there to cause chaos and piss people off because, simply, it entertains him, which sounds great to us, but maybe we're in the minority. As we know, the character will be in the very middle of the Targaryen Civil War, which will pit him against his brother, as well as Sir Otto Hightower. And speaking about a potential split in the family's hierarchy, he explained that his character and Otto absolutely loathe one another. The two continually jab at each other and wind the other up, with Viserys caught in the middle, and Smith has gone on to claim the pair are both vying for his attention and his love. It is thought Viserys is one of the kindest and most noble kings in the Targaryen dynasty, which is pretty odd for the family, but what one brother was given in kindness, the other made up for with treachery. Of course, fans of the original loved scheming characters such as Littlefinger and the eunuch Varys, so we're not too sure Smith's character will be universally hated, but we see where he is going. Who is your favorite character from the original? We're claiming Tyrion. A possible House of the Dragon cameo now. Stay with us. George R.R. Martin will go down as one of the greatest fantasy authors of all time, having penned the Game of Thrones novels, and whilst his Fire and Blood book is being adapted for the upcoming House of the Dragon, there have been murmurings that the legendary author might actually make a cameo appearance on the show. Recently appearing at the San Diego Comic-Con, Martin was asked about the rumor and explained that he has been so busy trying to finish Winds of Winter that he has barely left the house of late. He also references the COVID pandemic, but of course, the book is taking precedent right now. The master wordsmith went on to say, "And then if House of the Dragon is still going, who knows, maybe I'll show up. I did do a cameo in the original pilot of Game of Thrones, but they reshot most of it, so I was left on the cutting room floor. We had no idea." Martin also discussed one of the stars of the upcoming series, Paddy Considine, saying how he has given the character of Viserys a tragic majesty, which he was never quite able to encapsulate in his writings. He then gave Paddy props, as well as the writers, and we cannot wait to see what the Dead Man's Shoes actor has done with the character. What is your favorite book by Martin? News that Considine was actually offered a part in the original series now. Stay tuned. Paddy Considine, who arguably got his big break in 24-Hour Party People, has been giving interviews in the build-up to the release of House of Dragon of late, and he has revealed quite the crazy tidbit. Of course, it's easy to forget how much of a gamble it was for HBO to take on a fantasy show, but it's safe to say the creators absolutely nailed it. The show combined violence with power struggles and forbidden love, and Considine has actually admitted that he was approached about a possible role in the original. However, he completely shot the idea down without even looking at the script. Reminiscing about his agent's proposal, Considine conceded, "He said it's about dragons. I went, no thanks. I didn't even read it." Given the massive success of the show, he must have been kicking himself as it went from strength to strength, but of course, when House of the Dragon came out, he was quick on the uptake as he wasn't about to let lightning strike twice. And speaking about the character he will play, he said, "If anything, Viserys was based on my mother. She was the most powerful woman I knew for a long time, until she neglected herself, which of course is pretty sad." He went on to reveal how by the end of her life, she had let her illness define her, which he went on to describe as tragic. What do you guys make of Considine's words? Next up, news of the highly anticipated Jon Snow spinoff. As you will all undoubtedly know by now, HBO are in the early days of developing a Jon Snow spinoff. The show will of course have Kit Harington attached to it, who will be reprising his role as the banished Night's Watchman. Of course, Jon decides to join the Free Folk on their journey north of the Wall, but Harington has actually mentioned in the past that he would like to avoid playing the character again if he could help it, saying, "I feel that emotionally men have a problem, a blockage, and that blockage has come from the Second World War, passed down from grandfather to father to son," before explaining the world doesn't need another super-masculine role. However, it is thought that he has been persuaded to return to the role, and it is believed the show so far has a working title of Snow. George R.R. Martin, who recently weighed in on it, confirming that yes, there is a Jon Snow show in development, with Emilia Clarke also suggesting that Harington had brought it to HBO himself in what would be a complete 180 from his comments after Game of Thrones. She said, "So what you will be watching, hopefully, if it happens, is certified by Kit Harington." And Maisie Williams, who played Arya, added, "I think everything that Harington touches is magic, and I'm excited to see what it's going to be," whilst refusing to rule out an appearance herself. We can't wait. And finally, Martin has revealed the book ending will differ from the show's ending. Stay tuned. Game of Thrones creators caught a lot of heat back in 2019 for how the show ended, and last month the book's author, George R.R. Martin, revealed that his upcoming book, The Winds of Winter, will not have the same ending as the show. People were outraged at how dark the finale was, but he's the Night King, not the Day King, right? Of course, there were other issues, and after being asked about the ending again recently, Martin revealed, "An architect would be able to give a short, concise, simple answer to that, but I am much more of a gardener," before conceding that he likes his stories to grow and evolve and change. However, he admitted that sometimes his ideas change, and he went on to say how his gardening is taking me further and further away from the television series. Martin did suggest that there would be plenty of things that would mirror the HBO show, but also much of the rest will be quite different. Have you guys read the books? As always, thanks for tuning in today, and remember to stop by again next time when we will be discussing all sorts of other cool bits and pieces. And why not do us a solid by liking today's video and sharing it with any Game of Thrones superfans you know of. Bye guys!